This is R. Aravindh, Assistant Professor of English from JJ College of Arts and Science. In this video, we are going to see about life and works of George Bernard Shaw. The life of George Bernard Shaw began with the year 1856 and ended with 1950. Now we are going to see about the life of George Bernard Shaw. Born in Dublin, where life was still rural, simple, and poor, to an alcoholic father whom he did not trust, and an ambitious mother who worked as a singer and a performer, Shaw admired her a lot. Shaw, a sensitive boy, found the less salubrious parts of Dublin shocking and distressing and was happier at the cottage. Between 1865 and 1871, Shaw attended four schools, all of which he hated. Schools and schoolmasters, he later wrote, were prisons and tankeys in which children are kept to prevent them disturbing and chaperoning their parents. In October 1871, he left school to become a junior clerk in the Dublin firm of land agents, where he worked hard and quickly rose to become a head cashier. Ireland was a country to leave its economic, political, and social hardship led many to leave, among whom was Shaw. In June 1873, Shaw left Dublin for London and never returned. In London, his mother taught music and supported him for 10 years. Eventually, Shaw was driven to applying for office jobs. In the interim, he secured a reader's pass for the British Museum reading room, the forerunner of the British Library, and spent most weekdays there reading and writing. In London, he embarked on a rigorous process of self-education during his work at the museum. In 1884 and 1885, through the influence of his mother's best friend, Shaw was engaged to write book and music criticism for London papers as ghostwriter. For the next 4 years, Shaw made a negligible income from writing and was subsidized by his mother. He had become a respected music critic. His first joined the Marxist Social Democratic Federation. However, he realized change need patience and parliamentary reform, not revolutionary act. In 1880s, he joined the Gradualist Fabian Society and became its most prominent pamphleteer. Influenced by Henrik Ibsen, he sought to introduce a new realism into English language drama, using his plays as vehicles to disseminate his political, social, and religious ideas. Some most admired William Morris and John Ruskin, and he sought to follow their precepts in his criticisms. Their emphasis on morality appealed to Shaw, who rejected the idea of art for art's sake and insisted that all great art must be didactic. Ibsen, as he believed, is the enemy of idealism. He aimed at destroying illusions and revealing truth about society. He struggled to establish himself as a writer and novelist. His first complete novel, Imagery, which is published in 1879, was too grim to appeal to publishers and did not appear until the 1930s. In rapid succession, he wrote two more novels, The Irrational Knot in 1880 and Love Among the Artists in 1881, but neither found a publisher. Each was serialized a few years later in the socialist magazine Our Corner. His first attempt at drama began in 1878 was a blank verse satirical piece on a religious theme. It was abandoned unfinished as was his first try at a novel. Shaw had been writing plays for years before his first public success as a dramatist. In 1894, Shaw's Arms and the Man, a mock Ruritanian comedy satirizing conventions of love, military honor, and class, brought him financial success. Next, Candida, which presented a young woman making a conventional romantic choice for conventional reasons, received a single performance in South Seals in 1895. In 1897, a playlet about Napoleon called The Man of Destiny had a single staging at Croydon. The historical melodrama, The Devil's Disciple. By the early 20th century, his reputation as a dramatist was secured with series of critical and popular success that included Major Barbara, The Doctor's Dilemma, and Caesar and Cleopatra. The Doctor's Dilemma. In 1906, a mostly serious piece about professional ethics. Caesar and Cleopatra counterplast to Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. Now we are going to see the awards won by Bernardson. He won Nobel Prize for Literature. He has regularly been rated as second only to Shakespeare among British dramatists. In 1938, he provided the screenplay for a filmed version of Pygmalion, for which he received an Academy Award. Political and social concerns of Bernardson. In 1880s, he joined the gradualist Fabian Society, which later he renounced in 1920s in favor of dictatorship of the right and left. He expressed admiration for both Mussolini and Stalin, denouncing both sides in the First World War. The Fabian Society is a British socialist organization whose purpose is to advance the principles of democratic socialism via gradualist and reformist effort in democracy rather than by revolutionary overthrow. Thank you.